Hey, it's Corey and Joel back with you. The Corey and Joel radio show.
I'm Corey.
I'm Joel, and we've got another movie review for you on YouTube. And it's a movie I think we actually both really enjoyed.
Which is a complete shocker if you've seen any of our other
First
clips.
time in a long time.
Wow.
Since Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2. No movie has been that good.
And this movie couldn't be farther away from that classic.
Yes, this is The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
The Return from the Dead, Left for Dead in show business, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, he's amazing in this movie. You're going to love, if you want to see what is being called the greatest acting performance of the year, Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler.
There is a ton of hype, but it's well-deserved. Never have I seen really a fusion of a character and a part as perfectly as Mickey Rourke as Randy the Ram Robinson.
Yeah, he is amazing because, in a way, it's a story of a washed-up wrestler, and you have sort of this washed-up actor whose time has passed by, and he's sort of looking for that glory. So it's very...
And Mickey Rourke's face is so funky. He was a boxer for a while.
Yeah, people are accusing him of plastic surgery. He denies it.
Well, yeah, yeah.
But it works.
Accused, allegedly. Yeah, and Scott Peterson allegedly murdered his wife. But, yeah, I mean, it's... that face is full of junk.
Well, he looks like a wrestler who got his face caved in with a steel chair, which is what happens in this movie. But
his face is just puffy and bloated, and really looks like a guy who's been on the juice for a while.
He does have that
swollen head,
bloated thing.
And
we don't have that at all.
No, not at all. Our heads are giant due to the extraordinary mental capacity. Mickey Rourke's he's really ripped in the movie.
He's got in great shape.
It's very convincing in terms of the wrestling. Performances. Mickey Rourke really sells the stuff that he's doing.
Yeah, it takes place in all these little small-time wrestling shows. He was a big star in the 80s, and now he's wrestling in these little high school gyms, trying to get back into the big time. And I've worked some of these small-time wrestling shows as a ring announcer and that kind of stuff, and I've been in the dressing rooms, and they shot it all at those little shows, and they got it so right. It is so amazingly as if you were really there. Almost documentary style. I think the Smarks are going to be pleased with the reality of the wrestling. But it's also brutal. Mm-hmm. And the whole movie's brutal because basically this guy's time has passed him by. Yeah. He's living in a crappy trailer in Jersey somewhere. He works at a deli counter. Yeah, takes to take a real job.
Yeah,
because he's not making enough money wrestling. And he's one of these guys that a lot of these movies they would do it where he's so good in every way that you root for him because he's like the Superman. And, this guy's a little bit of a dick. Well, he kind of is not the nicest guy in the world.
He's gentle to people around him, and he's nice, and he's a very sweet guy. But he's made a lot of mistakes.
He's a loser.
He's a bad dad. He's in a failed relationship with his daughter, played by Evan Rachel Wood, and they explore that.
And that's why this movie works, though, to me, is that this is a guy who's not completely 100% likable, and yet you feel for him and you root for him in the end.
He's a potato head. He's a lunk. He's not...
He can't do anything else.
Right.
He's yesterday's news.
And it's similar to the first Rocky movie in a lot of ways, although... let's face it, most sports movies are like that.
Similar to Raging Bull in a lot of ways, too, I thought.
Most sports movies are about guys who try and fail and not exactly about guys who succeed. But that being said, he also makes the tragic mistake of trying to pick up a stripper. Played by Marissa Tomei.
Yeah.
Who is,
Applause for Marissa Tomei getting naked. I like it.
Marissa Tomei is at war with clothing. And
she's winning the war.
Yeah, this is a battle.
It really is.
Fierce battle against clothing.
Yeah.
She plays a stripper.
Again, very convincing.
Sure.
Seems like a stripper you'd find in Jersey.
Yeah, well, I hope. I mean, I might go to Jersey.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get in the car.
She looks great for being in her 40s and ass out everywhere.
Yeah, she
looks good. Little fake clip-on nipple rings. But they have a real tender relationship. They talk about how music sucks and how it was all better in the 80s. And a terrific movie, well worth seeing.
Yeah, Darren Aronofsky directed it. We should mention him.
Yes.
He directed Pi and Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
And something called The Fountain, which you told me to never see, so I'm not going to say
The Fountain. Well, The Fountain. This is very different from The Fountain. Darren Aronofsky's known for visual success and sort of. The Fountain was this really colorful, crazy movie.
This movie is very toned down. It's documentary style. It's not real flashy.
It's real gritty, real down to earth. The stuff in the deli's terrific.
Yeah, the deli scenes are great where he takes a job, and I got to give props to my friend Necro Butcher.
Yeah.
Who has the key scene where they wrestle this really violent match. And Necro really does that for real. I've worked with him many times.
Yeah.
He's a crazy son of a bitch, and good job in this one.
And
Necro.
his main rival, who he fights in a anniversary match, is played by a guy named Ernest the Cat Miller, who you might remember from WCW in the 90s. And he's called the Ayatollah.
Yeah, it's based, I think, on Iron Sheik is what they're going for. But they should have got the real Iron Sheik. That'd be funny.
Well, the real Iron Sheik couldn't make it out of bed, let alone make it through a whole scene.
I've seen him on these shows. He's horrible.
But the Wrestler, to me, was one of the best movies of the year.
It is one of the best movies of the year.
Tremendous film.
And I hope Mickey Rourke wins the Oscar. Normally, I don't really care who wins the Oscars, but he really does deserve it. If anyone deserves it, based on what I've seen.
I wonder if they're going to vote for him based on they now have to deal with Mickey Rourke being a winner again, and that would be tough.
That would be a bad thing, I think, for everyone involved. But he really is deserving. Go see The Wrestler. It's going to be a little depressing. Some people are going to say, well, it's just wrestling. Who cares? Even though it is very realistic. Some people are going to find this movie kind of depressing. But you know what? I think if you like a serious adult movie that doesn't insult your intelligence, that's a real human story, The Wrestler is the one to see. Go check it out. And
absolutely, it's a winner.
I can't believe we're agreeing.
I know, it sucks.
I know. It'd be funny if we hated this movie. Then we could actually wrestle.
You know what, brother? You don't know anything about The Wrestler. You don't know anything about movies. I'll tell you what, you son of a...